Okay. Well, this is a question that a friend of mine found out that I was going to interview and said, when you ask these questions, I want you to ask him this because I got a real concern about this. You have a T-Pain feature.
Right.
Your song, your single that's out now called Tonight, Tonight, Tonight.
Right.
Has O.E., who also produced the track.
One of the greatest.
Okay. and O.E. is a Georgia underground legend, a very talented individual. Has done a lot of work with Phil Mob in the past. O.E. is just a great individual. You got him on the record. He did the production.
Right.
You come back and you get T-Pain to feature on this record.
Right.
It's a hot record. It's already growing legs and getting big. You know, only been out a few weeks. But the person told me to ask you this.
Okay.
And I got to ask you because I'm curious to know too.
Right.
Nice single, big song. Can you follow it up?
Most definitely. Without a doubt. With these, that record is already followed up. And I ain't going to tell the people right now, but it's already followed up. Like, man, one thing about me, man, you only as good as you last. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, and I make a record today, this morning, late on the night, the record I make, the only thing I would have to do is really go over the other record to learn the words word for word. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but I'm off of that record.
Right.
You know what I mean? I leave that to the streets. You know what I mean? I dump it out to the streets and let them do it while I keep doing a record that I feel greater, or if not greater, it's another issue. Right. Because I can't dance in the club and make everybody dance in the club for 10 records. That just ain't nothing I'm gonna do.
Right.
I'm gonna go take it to a little mama that just got kicked out of her house, or the little homie over here that just don't understand he needs to stay in school. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, every record gonna have its own situation.
Right.
So I can't say which record is greater. It's just which record touched him and which record touched her. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
That's how I look at it. So yeah, I'm coming back with more.
Well, that's one thing I will say. I've seen a lot of artists pigeonhole themselves by deciding I'm just gonna be talking about dope. I'm just gonna be talking about being a goon.
Right.
I'm going, you know, it's just trap or whatever.
Right.
And these days and time, the music listeners, especially people who listen to the rap,
Right.
they starting to believe that you ain't real unless you gooning or you selling dope, you're a big dope boy, whatever. That's what they starting to believe.
Right.
And so what I'm saying is that I've heard your records.
Right.
I've heard your trap records.
Right.
I've heard your pain records.
Right.
I've heard your good feel records. I heard and seen the ratchet to your club records.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm really impressed that you go a little bit of everywhere, and that's something that I don't see that much anymore. But I had to ask you about the T-Pain record because Florida, several other regions too, but Florida has this thing where a lot of times we get these one-hit wonders, man.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? And me listening to your mixtape and listening to your songs, I don't feel that way, but there's still some people who haven't given you a full listen.
Right.
That's wondering and saying, the man out this T-Pain record, I guarantee he can't bring us nothing else. You know, so that's and for my friend out there that told me that, I said I definitely asked him, and he got that clear with us.
I appreciate him for asking that, man. Cause we gonna show him through, man.
Right.
For real.
So let me ask you, if you could do a record with any artist that is living, you know, or dead, you know, Tupac, Biggie, or whatever, Jay-Z who's living. Who I use those three, but just anybody who would you want to do that record with?
Oh man, I'm such a fan of music, man. Man, that's a hard one for me, man. Cause like right now, like I love all the rap music. I think I probably have to do a record with somebody like Bucci Banton, man, on some reggae type shit, man. You feel me? I wanna go somewhere different, man. That, you know what I mean? Take it back to the dance hall and the reggae style, cause I'm a big fan of that, you know. And I gotta do something different, like right now today. If I could, I'd do something with, you know, the Bucci Banton or the Shabba Rankin, or you know what I mean? Somebody that, you know, in the reggae world that's taking off or flying off right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, that is a very unusual answer.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
You know me, I'm kind of over here.
I was gonna say that M.Beezy,
Yeah.
you know, the 850 ghetto superstar, he ain't ghetto for nothing.
Right,
so,
man.
So, but if you had, because I'm not gonna let up on you.
Okay.
Right? If you had
Pop,
Number, Biggie, JC, and they were all within your reach,
right.
Eminem, Kanye West,
Right.
list goes on, and you could just with a text message, as soon as you say, hey man, meet me in the studio in 2 hours, let's do this song, and you had that power to hit one of those guys, who do you think your music lines up best with, and that you would probably feel that y'all complement each other better in the studio? Who would be that person?
Oh man, compliment each other better in the studio. I have to call JT Money, man, a trick daddy, man. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
I have to call JT a trick daddy. Like, they keep it real. Like, the one of the people that I really love and study in the music business was Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Like, I love Jigga. I love his whole movement, and I study, you know what I mean, and watch what worked. See who had the longest run, who was more humble, who stayed out of foolishness, who didn't get into the diss records, who didn't get into this, you know what I mean? Unless it was, I study him, but like at the end of the day, when you want to say who would I call to be compatible in the studio, I have to call JT, Trick Daddy, and if I don't call one of them, I gotta call Jackie O.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, you know, like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna just keep it real. That ain't nobody doing what Jack do. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you talking about getting out of business. Now, if I want to make this sexy record, and you know, I'm talking about whatever, I got to call Trina. You see what I'm saying? So it's all on the record that's on the table for me to do at the time. And I don't never know which record that'll be, because I just pop out the blue and want to do this. You know what I mean? So whoever at the time I feel like I want to do it with, it'll just have to be that time. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? Let me say this. You notice that the artists you named, all right, were all Florida artists.
Okay.
The Jackie O, you know, and the JT Money. So that's, see, again, I love that you love Florida.
Right. I love Florida,
you know, because some people are not really repping their state.
Right.
In fact, not only not repping their state, they're not even repping their hood.
No, and when they get a chance to eat, they so quick to go grab, you know, so many other people and eat with them instead of eating right at home or eating in the state.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm big on. I
Gotcha.
definitely want to. I feel like a lot of artists, I won't say no names, that done had their chance in Florida could have did more for the Florida movement, and you know who knows why they didn't. But man, at the end of the day, we'll be a lot further if we would have came together like the A did or like Texas did.
Right.
And where we at right now, I see us. It's like trying to hold on some handlebars as long as you can, and we slipping. You feel me?
Right.
And when you fall down, you know how hard it is to get back up on them handlebars back there in the middle where you were.
Right.
So you know that's where we at, man, in Florida right now. So I just be praying on my situation and Florida situation as a whole. Even if I never make it no further, somebody recognize the power that they have and go ahead and dig in and reach back and grab some of this uncut raw talent that we got Florida wide. You know.